Yo, what's poppin' everybody? This is Sable4. We're just a few days away from the start of the new TCG era, 8th generation Sword and Shield, and it's time for me to give you guys the best cards from this set. I've got all of these scans here for our English set on Poke Beach. Some of them are still going to be in Japanese, the text and stuff, but we basically have all of the cards. So we're going to go all the way down from the beginning, go all the way down and find a little trainer that I think most of you are aware how important it's going to be. So let me just try and find it. Man, these sets are so big. And it is right here. Quick Ball. So, Wolf, you might say, this is just like Nest Ball. It just has a little cost and you get the basic Pokemon into the hand. How is this the best card from the entire new set? Well, normally you would be right, but thanks to the new rules, to the new rule changes, that you can't play supporters on the first turn, and because we have a real lack of Nest Ball and a real lack of generally item cards that search basic Pokemon, bar stuff like Cherish Ball and Net Ball, very specific cards that get specific types of Pokemon. This is the answer to all of those problems. Just get any basic Pokemon, play it down. The discarding cost can be useful as well for the decks that want to set up the discard pile with cards and stuff. So it's pretty simple. It's kind of boring, but it is true, I would say. This is the most important card from this entire set. That's going to boost the consistency. It's going to be a must for all of the decks that are going to try and be serious. I mean, besides stuff like Malamar, I guess they still have the mysterious treasure, but bet you they're going to be using this a lot too. Okay, so we're going to go all the way up now, and I think I'm just going to cover the new V Pokemon just so that we are over them. Uh, so let's go at the top again, and we got this Celebi V. This one, you got the text in English. It's pretty simple, 180 HP, 1 retreat, weakness to fire, and you can do find a friend, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand. Can't be useful. And line force, 50 damage for 2, and 20 more damage for each of your bench Pokemon. So essentially, with a full bench, this attack is going to do 150 for 2, which is quite strong. It's actually stronger than Zoroark GX's attack, and of course, there's always the Skyfield and expanded, so you can boost this even further. So, nice little grass Pokemon. It's going to be a really cheap, strong attacker. And with the water stuff that's really good in this set, perhaps fire is going to die down a little bit, and maybe grass Pokemon can come into play more, and we'll have a nice balance of power here. Okay, so next up, we're going to go to the Delmice V. So this is also a very good Grass V Pokemon. You can do 30, and if any of your Grass Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, does 90 more damage, so it's the typical revenge attack. The only difference is it works with 1 energy. Normally this revenge attacks use 2 energies, but it only needs 1. It's going to do 120 for 1, and it's pretty solid, I would say. The Giga Hammer attack is also good, just 200 damage, and you can't use this attack next turn. But it's just a basic Pokemon with 220 HP. These new V Pokemon, they have a lot of high HP, like even more so than the GXs, of course. No special GX attack, but still pretty good. Good HP, good attacks, typical bottom stats too. And we do have some sort of grass energy acceleration too in this set, which I'll get to later. Well, you know what? Let's talk about it now since it's right next to the dude. It is this Rillaboom, the final form of the Grookey starter. With Voltage Beat, once during your turn with this guy's ability, you can search your deck for up to 2 grass energies and attach them to one of your Pokemon. So it's pretty similar to Vegavolt. Difference is this guy has more HP, a better attack, I would say, just a more consistent attack. And you just get grass energies, you gotta put them on one specific Pokemon. But it's pretty good. I don't know if Rayquaza is gonna make a comeback with this in Standard, who knows, but It's just one of the energy acceleration ways we get in this set. There's a few others. So this dude is for grass, and it's also one of the other best cards. Stage 2, so it has that, limitation, but it's a fair price for that energy acceleration once you get it out. Right, right. Moving down into fire. You got Torkoal V. This guy doesn't impress me too much, but I guess you can always try and use it with the fire support. You can do Flame Pillar. It does 90 damage for 3, and you discard the top card of your deck. If you discarded a fire energy, it's going to do 90 more damage, so 180 for 3. I guess you can just try and use Macargo from Celestial Storm and stack the fire energy, and then you do 180 for 3, but it's not really that groundbreaking for 3 energy V Pokemon. The second attack just does 120, and you discard 2 energies from your opponent's active Pokemon. This might be more threatening. Power this guy up with the fire energy acceleration ways, welder, all that stuff, and force your opponent to lose energies. You might think, oh, why go to that trouble? Just use Reshiram and get one-hit knockouts. Yeah, but maybe some people are going to try and use this. Nevertheless, it's another one of the V Pokemon. High HP too, once again at 210. Next up, we got Victini V. This is much more powerful. Two very, very strong attacks. Spreading Flames, attach up to 3 fire energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. I mean, I don't think you need to be a genius to realize this is some very good energy acceleration through an attack. I mean, you dump fire energies, they're good at doing that, and then you can grab them back. And then Energy Burst, this is even better. This is like a Mewtwo attack, an X-Pull attack to be honest. 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So you start at 60, which is incredibly powerful. It's as much as the man, I can't believe I forgot his name. Eviltal, yeah, Eviltal did. I'm pretty sure you did 60. Mewtwo did 40, but 30 more for each energy your opponent has on their Pokemon. Not 20, 30. So if they just have 2 energies too, you're doing 120 damage just like that. If they've got 3, that's 150. And I think it's pretty good. It's fire, so you can easily just attach a bunch of energies on this guy too. And, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy to get one-hit knockouts on Tag Team GXs and VMAX Pokemon, but it's a powerful attacker. Don't overlook it. Fire, decent HP too, 190. It's a basic. There's other guys that go over that now, but it's still okay. Water weakness. Very good Pokemon, I would say, for fire. They get another good addition in their roster. Then, we're going to go down. I guess I should talk about Cinderace too. So this is the fire starter. This one you can get once during your turn when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot. You may attach up to 2 fire energies from your discard pile to it. So you don't get to put the energies anywhere, but perhaps maybe some fire GX Pokemon are going to try and make use of this and use energy switches and tech switches and all that stuff. I just thought I'd mention it, but the Rillaboom is definitely better, I would say. Easier to use, at least. Okay, let's go down into the water cards. Get some impressive stuff here, too. So, obviously, you've got this Lapras V here. 210 HP. You got Wave Back, attach a water energy from your hand to this Pokemon. Then you switch this with one of your bench Pokemon, okay, and then Ocean Loop, 210 for 4, and return 2 water energies from this Pokemon to your hand. So just a good generic water Pokemon. The second attack is useful. You can see 210 for 4, and then you bring the energies back into your hand. That's pretty good. But the real reason you're probably going to use this is to evolve into Lapras VMAX. This is one of the, I think, three or 4, I think we just have 3 VMAX Pokemon here, and it's very, very powerful and pretty easy to use with the stuff you get here. 320 HP. This basically surpasses even Tag Team GXs easily. And with Gmax Pump, it's sort of a secret sword attack, but a lot stronger. 90 damage for 3, and then 30 more for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you got 3 water energies, just to meet the cost, you're doing 180, no other costs. But the more energies you put, the stronger this dude gets. You can go 210, 240, on and on and on. It has that unlimited capacity for damage. Now, the reason why I think this card is pretty crucial, even though, it doesn't get those one-hit knockouts as easy, even though it does have the potential to do so, is because it's water and it's because it's pretty big. It might finally sort of make the fire decks die down, because it can easily kill them because of the weakness. With 320 HP, it's going to be really hard for them to kill this in one shot. I don't think it's possible, to be honest. And lightning weakness too. Okay, there's Zekrom, there's the lightning stuff. There's around, but they're gonna rotate. It's their next turn to rotate. Lost Thunder, Celestial Storm, those kinds of sets. But I think it's a very, very good Pokemon. With a water support and especially in expanded. There's a million ways to make use of this. Pretty strong, man. And even if it doesn't do the most insane damage people would like, because of that 320 HP, you can do stuff like heal it, make it take hits, and then Gmax Pump becomes even more dangerous. So this is definitely one of the best cards in this set. Obviously, it's the VMAX, one of the VMAXs here. And VMAX is essentially just a stage 1 for a V Pokemon. It's like a tag team GX stage 1. It gives 3 prizes. Going down, we've got Keldeo V. This one's also decent, but I think Keldeo GX still is better. You got Water Splash, 1 for 40. That's a great opening attack, no questions asked. And then Secret Sword, almost the same as Lapras attack, just weaker. You do 50 and then 30 for each water energy, so you're essentially going to be doing 140, I believe, if you have 3 on. If my math is right, yeah, 140 damage. So it's good. It can become stronger. Another water Pokemon to take advantage of. Just a basic 210 HP. I think, though, Keldeo GX is still going to be kind of useful, maybe, because of its attack that goes through effects. And, eventually its ability to be immune to GXs and EXs count against Power Crept. But it'll still be more useful, I think. This is still very good, though. Very, very good. Next up, we got you got this guy, Drizzly, and the Intalon. Essentially, what these Pokemon do, this dude, when it evolves, you may search your deck for 1 trainer card, put it into your hand. And then the Stage 2, Intalon, when you evolve, you can take 2 trainer cards and then put them into your hand. So it's a Stage 2, it's good. But it'll probably just be used in its own deck, you could say. You use this to boost your consistency, get trainers, and then you do Aqua Bullet, 120, and then 20 to a bench Pokemon. It's pretty decent. It's decent. But the ability definitely is good. Maybe people are going to try and use this as a form of support in certain decks. Yeah. But the thing is that if we still have the Alolan Ninetales, the fairy one, around. It gets 2 items, not 2 trainers, but it's just a stage 1, and it's probably more reliable, so mayhaps it won't be as good as I think it is, but, the ability is good. It's still one of the better cards here. Okay. Then going down, we got this Frost Moth, Frost Muth, whatever. So this is Blastoise, 4.0, 5.0, have so many of these around. Water Energy Acceleration from the hand, Rain Dance. The difference is, this guy is just a stage 1, but to balance it out, you can only attach water energies to water Pokemon. And it's got to be on the bench, it says. So, water energy from your hand to one of your benched water Pokemon, right? So, that does kind of, make it more balanced. There's a lot of conditions that can be annoying. You're going to need like a free retreater or just somebody to move out of the way, since you got to attach to the bench Pokemon. But it's still pretty good. This is probably going to be the primary way people try and power up Lapras VMAX, Lapras, and the other water Pokemon. And, it's an energy acceleration Pokemon. What more can I say? You know, we still have a Magnezone, both of the Magnezones, and I think that's it. That kind of do this in standard, but they're not seeing a lot of play because we don't exactly have those Pokemon that just get those one-hit knockouts like Rayquaza. I mean, maybe if Ultra Necrozma GX could work with those Pokemon, it would see play. They would see play. But this, we already know we're getting Lapras here, and there's a lot of potential. So keep this in mind. The combination of this and Lapras is probably gonna make people shy away from Faradix more, perhaps. Okay, then going down, we've got this Tapu Koko V, another good card. So 200 HP, free retreater, which is pretty good. Fighting weakness, it's okay to have right now. Well, not exactly, but it's not the worst. You can do Spike Draw. This is pretty good because it does 20 for 1 and it allows you to draw 2 cards. So you can put pressure and draw cards. A kind of attack that I like. And Thunderous Bolt, 200 for 3. During your next turn, this Pokemon can attack. But you can combine this with Electro Powers, combine this with the stuff that the Lightning decks use, and it can be pretty deadly. I mean, you just slap 2 energies on this, and then the Thunderous Mountain, and this dude can do 200. Pretty busted, you gotta admit that. And just a good Lightning Pokemon, no fancy tricks like Tapu Koko GX, but another good new V card, I guess, from this set. Yep. Let's go down. You got this. Oh yeah, this guy gets a VMAX too. More Peko. Spark, just 20, and 20 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's actually kind of okay. It's like Buzzhole's attack, Buzzhole GX attack. So nice opening attack. And then Electric Wheel, 150, discard energy from this Pokemon. Then switch this Pokemon with one of your Pokemon. Okay, it's whatever. But it gets a VMAX Pokemon. That's why you're going to try and run it. 300 HP. Not as big as Lapras, but still pretty damn high. You can do Super Discharge, 180, and then 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's got a spreading effect to it. And this could be handy. Lightning Pokemon, once again, gets access to all of the Lightning support. I mean, maybe, well, not really, but I guess you can try and use this with Magnezone or something. But, Lightning VMAX Pokemon, it's probably the weakest out of the ones, I would say, compared to the other ones and Lapras, but it's still something. It's got 1 retreat. Right. Next up, we got Galarian Rapidash. Should I talk about this? I mean, it does have a good little ability. Each of your Pokemon can't be affected by special conditions, and its psychic attack is a bit strong, you could say. Not bad. Anyway, going down, we got this Gengar. So this guy has very, very bad stats for the era, but if people are going to use it, they're going to use it for its ability, Life Shaker. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a damage counter from one of your Psychic Pokemon to another one of your Psychic Pokemon. So, this is a combo enabler ability. You can do a lot of tricks and a lot of stuff with this kind of thing. It's basically the same ability as Reuniclus had from Black and White. That Pokemon also had very low HP during the time. And, this probably will see some play in some decks. It'll make some strategies pop up. So another card to keep it in mind. One of the better abilities over here. And you got Wobbuffet V. This card can be kind of scary, to be honest, if I remember it right. 220 HP, weakness to darkness, fighting resistance. It's got 2 attacks. One can be used with a DC, but it doesn't matter. And the other one needs 2 psychic energies. So step back, switch all damage counters on this Pokemon with those on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is the same attack as Mewtwo EX's damage swap attack that people use in expanded with Mewtwo GX and stuff, and it's incredibly annoying, incredibly strong. It's the same thing. And 220 HP is still pretty high. You're going to be able to make use of this if you want to. There's also a new tool that boosts HP, which I'm going to look at later. So that's something. And then Shadow Bind, 70, and defending Pokemon can retreat during your opponent's next turn. This can also be kind of handy. So you can do a bunch of tricks with this. It's pretty simple Pokemon, but it's going to be kind of annoying. It's strong. That damage swap stuff can be annoying. So, another good V Pokemon. Yeah, almost all of them are, to be honest, in some sort of way. Next up, we got the Poltergeist. This is more of a card for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet or not as a replacement or as an alternative to Gengar Mimikyu GX. It's got that Poltergeist attack. 50 damage times the trainer cards in your opponent's hand. You know, that's pretty good if your opponent has a bunch of stuck trainers. You know, you get one hit knockouts and a lot of damage easily. The only problem is it's got very low HP. And basically that's it. You know, very low HP. I can't really think of any other negatives besides that. Right. We got this. Fuck me if I can cars outside. We have this Indy V2. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with all the Sword and Shield Pokemon. I didn't play the games this time, but this guy is another Psychic Pokemon, 180 HP. Watch over once during your turn. You may heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Okay, and then Psychic does 60 damage for each. Yeah, okay, this is more of a generic ass Pokemon, but once again, you know, it's got that ability with the healing. That can be handy. It works with everybody, with any Pokemon. It doesn't have to be a specific type. So, you know, you can try and do the Venusaur strategies with the non-grass Pokemon and use this as opposed to Shaman. Anyway, so I feel I'm going kind of slow, but, you know, there's just so many cards. These sets are just too huge. I got this Regirock V, the fighting guy. I really like this Pokemon because it's Regirock. 220 HP, grass weakness. It's got two attacks that kind of synergize with each other. You do Raging Hammer, 30 damage, and then 10 more for each damage card on this Pokemon. So the Outrage, Rage attack, you know, typical stuff. It's pretty good because it's a fighting Pokemon. You put in like strong energies and expand it and dance it with this. It's going to get dangerous. And then Rocky Tackle, this is your attack if you want to do straight 190, solid amount of damage. And then you hurt yourself, but it's supposed to help Rage and Hammer. And then you can use the first attack and do more damage. You know, stuff like that. It's got high HP though, so you're probably going to be able to make use of its attacks. Fighting Pokemon. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go down, go down. Let us go down. Okay, this is the big boy, the big fighting guy. Stoneger V. So, most people will probably tell you that Snorlax is the best Pokemon here. I would say it's the Stoneger line here. So this guy, you know, fighting guy, 220 HP, guard press. It's actually pretty good, doing 40 and blocking 20. You know, that's a lot of good stuff there for just one energy. Mega Kick 150, no other drawbacks. Very, very solid too. Diancie is still around. There's strong energies and stuff and expanded. All that good stuff this guy can use. And then the vmax, it's pretty freaking crazy. So you got 330 HP, which is very, very high. And you can do one stone gift, attach one fighting energy from your hand to your Pokemon, and then you heal 100 damage from that Pokemon. So what you can do is attach energies to yourself. It doesn't say you can't do it. So you can just heal damage as you attach energies to this dude and use the Rockfall attack and do 200 damage. So this is definitely a built-in tank Pokemon. It has everything you want in a tank Pokemon. High ass HP, inbuilt healing, you know, solid damage that doesn't have any drawbacks like you discard energies and stuff. The all of the support, the aforementioned, the support I mentioned with fighting and stuff, and you can use the big healing cards like Lana Mallow and all the other healing stuff available. The other reason why I think this is going to be stronger than Snorlax, or at least good against it, is that it can actually kill it because of the weakness. So you're good against Snorlax, and you're a good tank Pokemon. So I just feel like this makes this Pokemon really, really strong. But maybe it's just me. But I think this is just a very, very good Pokemon. Probably even better than, well, I guess it beats Snorlax, but in general, as a general Pokemon, maybe Snorlax is easy to use. But people will use this. People will make use of this and make tank decks, and it's going to be pretty annoying. You're going to need like a grass Pokemon to kill this dude. Okay, next up we got the Galarian Zigzagoon line, which I think is good to be honest. Once during your turn, replay this card from your hand. Yeah, the Zigzagoon, you play this down, you can put damage counter to one of your opponent's Pokemon. The Lanoon doesn't really do much, but the big boy is Upstagoon, Galarian Upstagoon. So, this Pokemon is good for three reasons. 160 HP, you know, it's a good stage 2. It's probably still going to die in one shot, but it's got two things that are going to help it out and not die. First of all, when you put this Pokemon from your hand and evolve, you put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is pretty great. It's like Crobat, so that's already a good thing. And then Obstruct, you do 90 for 2, and during your opponent's next turn, you block all damage from basic Pokemon. So, on the previous set, I believe it was the previous set, or it was Unified Minds, we got a Leopard, Liepard, whatever, that had almost the same attack pretty much, but it just couldn't work because it was 3 energies too slow. This one is just 2 energies, so you can probably make use of it. Solid damage, and you're immune to basic Pokemon. Now, maybe the Stage 1 vmax are going to take over, but there's going to be a lot of basic Pokemon around still, basic Tag Team GXs and stuff. So this guy can be immune to them. And this is pretty good. If you want an anti-meta Pokemon from this set, this might be your guy. 90 damage, immune to basics, solid HP, good ability to give extra damage, and, you know, Zigzagoon is good as well as your basic. It's just a bunch of good stuff all around. This Galarian Lanoon Obstagoon line. So yeah, another good Pokemon. Oh my god, I need to catch my breath. We got this Sableye, which I'm not a fan of cards like these, but yeah, this dude, it's kind of like the Sableye from Dark Explorers that was so fun, right? You, with Aura Search, you can put a trainer card from your discard pile into your hand. You only get one, but you don't just get items, you can get anything. So you can get a stadium, you can get a supporter. It's fucking annoying. Plus, this guy has a lot more HP, so it's going to be harder to kill. And then Wicked Claws. It actually has a way to fight back now, too. You do 10 damage for 2, but then it's going to do 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's freaking a lot. So if you just have 2 damage counters, then this does 130 for 2. It's pretty fucking busted, to be honest. I mean, people might even forget the first attack and just try and make use of this dude as an attacker. 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That's a lot, man. That really is a lot. Damn. But yeah, I guess that's why I remember this card being busted. It has weakness to grass for some reason, which is... It's so weird. Why weakness to grass? I don't understand this at all, to be honest. I have no idea why it's weak to grass. I guess we'll never know, but it's so weird. I mean, they're going to get rid of the fairy types, so this means this wouldn't be weak to anything again, but I don't get it. Anyway, moving on. Got Toxicroak. There's another decent stage 1 card that I think is going to be probably better in Expanded because of the Hypnotoxic Lasers and the Verbank City Gyms and stuff. But this is a poison dude. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poison, you put 2 more damage counters on it for poison. So it's a slightly stronger Survivor. That's a stage 1. But you got better HP, better retreat, and an attack that can actually inflict poison too and do decent damage. 70, and then if you get heads, poison. It should have been instant, but maybe it was going to be a little bit too strong. But it's a great Pokemon for poison, to be honest. You combine this with some of the other Survivors and stuff, and if you want to inflict high damage through poison, this is going to be your dude. It also stacks, so the more of this you get out, the more damage counters you can put through poison. It's pretty insane. Moving on. We got this Galarian Berserker Meowth form. Attacks of metal Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is Diancie, but you can play a lot of these. It's a stage 1, but it's still pretty good. I mean, Altaria is a stage 1 too, and that's pretty useful. So this helps out metal Pokemon a lot. They also get a little energy patch, which we're going to talk about soon. But yeah, metal Pokemon might be making a comeback too with cards like these. So going down. Who the hell is this? This Pokemon takes damage. Yeah, it discard energy. It's yeah. So this guy, every time it gets attacked, opponent needs to discard energy from the active Pokemon. Annoying stuff. But it makes for an annoying wall, that's for sure. Let's go down. I hope, like, I'm trying to read the stuff a little bit so that I don't forget anything. But you got these legendary Pokemon. I guess we need to mention them too. Zacian. Metal Pokemon 230, and then you can attack. Obviously, you can boost the damage with the Meowth evolution and try and get one-hit knockouts. You can tank with this guy since it's metal. It's got high HP, whatever. And his ability, looking at the top 3 cards of your deck and attaching a number of metal energy. It can also be useful. Your turn ends, but if you play first, you can attack anyway. So it's a good little opening ability in the early game. Help you get energies. And then the Zamazenta V. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. This is much more useful, I would say, than the other dude. And I'm glad, because if I was going to get a game, it was probably going to be Shield. It was going to be Shield, actually. I like the Shield legendary here better than the other one. But yeah, this is a much more useful ability, because it's the kind of thing that's going to be useful throughout the whole era. More VMAX Pokemon are going to be released. This guy's going to be immune to them. And it's got more HP actually too, I think. Yeah, 10 more HP. I guess because he's a defense dude. And Assault Tackle. 130, and then you discard a special energy. That's always useful to have around. You never know. So this is even better. Now, these guys do seem kind of still maybe more half-assed compared to the other guys. A little bit. It just seems like they're legendaries, but they didn't make them too impressive. I think it's because they're saving them up. Like, they're going to make probably some VMAX forms for them or some other gimmick. But for now, you get the basic forms here. They're decent, though, especially this guy. It's pretty good. Going down. We got the Snorlax. So, if you want to guess the easy, most well-rounded Pokemon from this set, I really don't want to say the best because I just think Stonejourner is better. I just think, anyway, but the most well-rounded, I guess, is going to be the Snorlax line here. You do Swallow Up, heal damage, same amount you deal. That's pretty strong, Torterra style. And then 170 for 4, and then you're asleep. Okay, whatever. The reason you're going to run this is to play vmax Snorlax. This guy, I mean, even though Stone Journal can kill this, outside of Stone Journal, this guy's going to be insanely annoying. So 340 HP. It's the strongest Pokemon when it comes to HP from what we have so far right now. I don't think there's anybody stronger. And with Gmax Fall, you do 60 damage and then 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon. So what the hell does that mean? It means that 5 times 3, 150, you do 210 for 3 energies. So that's already very, very strong. In Expanded, it gets even better with Skyfield. So you have the potential to get one-hit knockouts. And the best part is that these VMAX Pokemon, they don't need like any sort of tool like the Mega Evolution Pokemon used to need, like the Spirit Links and stuff. So you can just slap a Choice Band, and this guy, it's just easy for him to get one-hit knockouts. There's just no other way to say it. You can use any energy, so he's super flexible. DC too, which is the best part. You know, I look at it as a very easy Pokemon for just people to say, hey, okay, I'm running this. I'm just going to go wreck tournaments. It's just strong. It's just really strong. Pretty simple, pretty strong. 340 HP. You can do stuff like use Asperia, Asperia City Gym, stuff like the Fury Belts, boost the HP even further. And he's just never going to die unless you hit it with fighting Pokemon. That's basically it. Okay. I think we're close to finishing. But I can't forget about Cinccino. Speaking of Zoroark GX, this Pokemon has Zoroark GX's ability, and that's all I need to say. Discard a card, draw 2. It's going to be pretty good, to be honest, just to have as a good little support draw Pokemon. Stage 1, it's not a GX, but there's a lot less risk involved with it too, that way. Ability draw Pokemon are going to be really significant when this format starts, I feel like. So this is another very good option. And Energy Assist, you do 40 damage and attach energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon too. So it's got the perfect little package of support, attack, and support ability. Yeah. From your hand. Okay, so this dude has a useful ability too. You swap a card from your hand with a card from your deck. Okay. Then going down, I want to get into the trainers. Get this V Cramorant to search your deck for up to 2 cards, put them into your hand. Okay, and then Spit Shot, discard or energy, 160 to an opponent's Pokemon. I don't really like this, you know, ugly duck bird Pokemon, whatever. It really screams like a British bird. Yeah, okay, whatever, I get it. It is kind of ugly for me, you know, I guess aesthetically, but card-wise, this card is actually good. It's got that sort of sniping thing that I really like on Pokemon, where you can just snipe the bench, snipe anywhere you want. 160 is incredibly good. You gotta discard all energy, but you can use any energy to power it up. So you can use this in fire, lightning, water, doesn't matter. If you got energy acceleration, you can use it as a sniper, which I really dig. First attack is useful too. It's just a basic, which is the best part. It's not a stage 1. Fighting resistance good, 1 retreat is good. It's just, I can't really say anything negative about it. It's just a very good Pokemon that can be used flexibly. So I like it in that regard. It would have been good if they just gave this sort of to something like, I don't know, like another colorless Pokemon. Anyway, going down. So we're finally to the trainers. I guess talk about the other trainers. You got this Air Balloon. Attach, retreat cost. This Pokemon is 2 less. It's not quite Float Stone, but for those that want to get a little bit of extra, you know, free retreating compared to what the Escape board and the U-turn board gives, this is going to be a card. This makes the True Retreat Pokemon have free retreat as well. And we got Bead. Just attach a basic energy from your hand to one of your advanced Pokemon. Okay, it's whatever. You got Giant Charm. This is the one that's going to give 30 HP to any Pokemon. It doesn't say basic or stage 1, so I'm glad they did it like this. It's fair for everyone that way. You get some annoying reprints like Crush and Hammer, and there's Pokemon Catcher somewhere here. And I do want to quickly note Energy Search. So I know that we have Energy Spinner around, but the fact that they printed this Energy Search here, it essentially means that they have no plans to bring back the Energy Spinner or Professor's Letter or whatever those kinds of cards through the Sword and Shield format. So, do keep in mind, once Energy Spinner rotates out, this is going to be what we have for Energy Search. It's a bit sad they couldn't do like Professor's Letter again, but I don't know. I guess they want to limit all the busted stuff we can use a little bit. Energy Switch reprint, and another good card that I actually should have mentioned in the beginning, the Evolution Incense. This essentially lets you search out any evolution Pokemon. Doesn't matter if it's a V, GX, regular Pokemon, as long as it's an evolved Pokemon, you can put it into your hand. So this is pretty nice too. I'm glad they printed this card. Good. You got Hop, Great Ball, whatever, all these stuff is not really good. Lucky Egg, Lumberry, Marnie. Okay, this is good. Both players shuffle their hand without looking, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then you draw 5, your opponent draws 4. So, it ain't N, but it gives that sort of fixed amount of draw for you and disruption for the opponent. It's a judge, and you draw 5, your opponent draws 4. To be honest, it's very strong, actually. It doesn't look like it. It's almost like it sneakily doesn't look busted, but it's actually very, very strong. I mean, it's essentially a stronger judge, and I don't like that. Judge, you force your opponent to get 4, but you were only going to get 4 too, so it was kind of a fair card, you could say. Strong at the right hands, but I guess more fair. This, you draw 5, your opponent draws 4, so I don't know, it's the same amount as Tate and Liza. It's just one card short of Cynthia, so you can't say it's a horrible draw card. And it always gives your opponent 4. I mean, yeah, if they have less, you're gonna give them cards, but more than likely, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be very strong. Reset stamp is annoying enough. I think might be pushing it. I think N is just the most fair out of all of them because, well, maybe fair is not the right word, but I guess the most skill level card. It needs the most skillful use. Anyway, but this is gonna be around. We're gonna have to deal with it. And you put your hand at your bottom of your deck. You don't shuffle it back in, so that can open up for other interactions as well. Just thought I'd mention that. And then we got some 2 great cards, items. You got the Metal Saucer. This is the Metal Patch, pretty much. Get a Metal Energy, attach it to one of your bench Metal Pokemon. It's pretty much Dark Patch for Metal. And it's going to help out massively the Melmetal, Lucario. It's going to help out the Metal Pokemon here, other Metal Pokemon that are around, big guys. It's good. This type of effect is always great. And Ordinary Rod. In a lot of ways, this is even better than Super Rod, I would say. You can shuffle up to 2 Pokemon and up to 2 basic energies. So you can never get 3 of one kind. But you can, shuffle more stuff in. And unlike Super Rod, if you just want to get a few cards, but you have more over there like in Ray Eels, let's say, or in Malamar. You want to shuffle in some Pokemon, but you don't want to bother with the energies. But when you play Super Rod, if you don't have enough, you're forced to put the energies back in. This allows you to this bypasses that. And it's going to be very useful. I'm glad we're getting a card like this back. The Super Rod recovery-esque effect. Pal Pad, Poke Kid. This is search out any Pokemon, put it into your hand. It's a good supporter too, could be useful. It's essentially like Celia's network without any costs. There's the Pokemon Catcher, Pokemon Center Lady, the Juniper. I also forgot about this. Yeah, this is maybe besides Quick Ball, this is the second most important card. Draw 7, discard your hand, draw 7. Yeah, Sycamore, Juniper. Much needed supporter, I would say, but obviously some decks are going to exploit this more than others. You got Rotom Bike too. Draw cards until you have 6, but then your turn ends. I think this is going to be useful in some decks. And, you know, I think I just covered mostly everything. You know, this is like an energy removal, but your opponent gets it in the hand. Um, what the hell does this do? Vitality Band? Yeah, this is like a muscle band, but just does 10 damage. Another very good card, in fact. I kind of underlooked it too. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that I couldn't even remember everything, but yeah. 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So yeah, slightly weaker Muscle Band. So in Expanded, obviously, this won't amount to shit, because Muscle Band is better. But in Standard, it's going to be really good. And from your hand to... Wait, what? Aurora Energy provides every type of energy, but provides only one at a time. Okay, so this is like a single Rainbow Energy, but you discard a card from your hand. Yeah. So Rainbow Energy with a discarding cost. So yeah, we see more and more discarding cost. They kind of take in the Yu-Gi-Oh approach here, which could end up being bad, but basically this is the set, guys. I think I don't even need to mention that this is a must-get set. You know, we're going to the new era. There's a lot of important stuff in here. If you're serious about Pokemon in the competitive scene or for TCG Online, obviously you got to get this. There's a lot of decks and stuff with potential. I mean, I think I've overlooked a lot of these smaller cards. I guess let's go look through them, some of them that I know they're good. Where are you, little ladybug? Okay, this is a card that I hate. They keep printing this sort of stall control cards. So once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and rearrange them. This is very annoying. It's a stage 1, but I bet you those decks are going to run this. Yeah. So that's one card. There's probably some other stuff too, but we're going to be here all day. I think I covered 90% of all the best cards. For sure. But as I was saying, this is a must-get set. You know, besides all of the potential decks with the Pokemon in here, there's a lot of significant trainers that you just gotta have. They're just must-haves, like the new Sycamore, Juniper, Grandma. You get the Quick Ball, that's definitely a must-have. Some good ability draw Pokemon, you know, the Metal Sorcerer for Metal decks. Marnie might be something that's going to become staple. What else? I mean, you got the Evolution Incense, that's another big one. Is a lot of stuff, like the Giant Charm, Air Balloon Floatstone thingy. There's just, it's too many things to list. It's just a must get set. Yeah. So I could talk about some of the other, you know, small cars and stuff. Like, let's look at Rhyperior just because I like Rhyperior. 190, big dude. Rock Tumble and then Bedrock Shake, 120 and then 60 damage to each bench Pokemon with damage. Yeah, it's not great. What the fuck? You got the Hitmonchan family here, Hitmonlee family. Another Dugtrio that does 60 for 1. What kind of wacky art is this? It's got one hiding. And wow, okay, so look at this. This is a little Diglett there. That's a throwback to an old Crystal Guardian sticker card. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like that. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap up the video, guys. I've rambled long enough. Hopefully, I wasn't too annoying. I just try to be sort of more eloquent when I make these reviews, but I just end up rambling and going really fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with your friends. And look forward to Sword and Shield decks. I plan to get a lot of packs, open up a lot of packs for this online. And hopefully I get just some stuff to work with so I can show you guys some decks. Just whatever is good enough for me. Like if it's Lapras, I'll show you Lapras. If it's Snorlax, I'll show you Snorlax. If we get some of the smaller stuff, I'll do stage 2 smaller stuff. It doesn't matter. But I really just want to show you guys some good Sword and Shield decks from the get-go. You know, be like the first dude that does this sort of thing. Anyways, so Sabro 4, thank you guys for watching. We'll say